Kamusta mga kaibigan? Welcome to Josh Friends, where faith meets friendship and inspiration is always within reach. Ako po si Father Migs Ramirez, and as we step into another year together, I'm so glad you're here with us. For those just joining us, think of this as your spiritual tambayan, a place where we gather to share stories of faith through the amazing collection from JESCOM exclusives, Stories of Faith. Whether you're a long-time listener or this is your first time here, tuloy po kayo. Part na kayo ng barkada namin. Each episode, we invite friends of the Jesuits to share something special from the JESCOM Exclusives library. Readings from our books, song lyrics turned into poetry, and words that might be exactly what your heart needs to hear today. So, sit back, relax, and let's dive into another episode of heartwarming stories and uplifting messages. Are you ready? Let's go!
So I asked my grade 8 students last week, paano ninyo ba nakikilala ang isang tao? O kaya naman, masasagot ba ninyo ang tanong na, sino ba kayo kung walang nakatingin o nakamasid? Awkward silence. Siguro nag-iisip sila sa mga oras na yon. Then one student goes, Binibini, alam ninyo po, hindi rin namin kilala ang sarili namin. Ma'am, I don't even know who I am when people are watching. And I was like, wait, ako rin pala. Same struggle, you know? I'm binibining Alyssa Pillora, by the way, and if you've ever felt like you're playing a character in your own life, this one's for you. As a Filipino teacher at Ateneo de Naga Junior High School, I'm constantly in a go mode. Paggawa ng presentation, checking of papers and exams, moderating the learning group organization, attending and facilitating team building sessions outside school. Hay nako, ang dami-dami talaga. And in the middle of all that caring for others, I realize I've completely lost track of myself. That's why when I read this passage from Father Toshihiro Yanagida's book, Not Passing God Over, medyo na-call out ako but in the best way possible. According to the book, our problem is that we think that the ego is me itself, and we try our best to make this ego me into an agape me that meets God's will. But it is impossible. It is structurally impossible. We have set up ourselves in a place that is not essentially our authentic self. Grabe, right? Ang sakit pero totoo yun. See, I've always prided myself on being someone who shows up for my students, for my colleagues, for my family, and for my friends. But what Father Yanagida is pointing out is something deeper. He's asking, who is the I that's doing all this showing up? Is it my true self? Or is it just my ego dressed up in good intentions? Kasi let's be real, sometimes yung pagod na pagod ka na pero you still say yes to another commitment kasi you want people to see you as reliable. Or yung you're journaling about self-care, the things you want to do, pero you still feel guilty kapag nag-rest ka, kapag nagpapahinga ka. That's not your true self speaking. That's your ego trying to prove something. This chapter, Who Am I? The Quest for the True Self, explains that our true self isn't found in our constantly changing emotions, roles, or achievements pa man yan. All of those are part of what Father Yanagida calls the worldly mind. Minsan you're proud of yourself, minsan disappointed, minsan confident teacher ka, minsan imposter syndrome levels. But our true self, it's in that quiet place that can witness all these changes without being swept away by them. It's the part that can say, okay, I'm frustrated right now, without becoming the frustration itself. This really connects to my New Year's resolution to care for myself more intentionally with my mind, with my heart, with my spirit, without guilt. For the longest time, I thought self-care was selfish. But what this book taught me is that when I operate purely from my ego, yung I need to be needed version of myself, napapagod agad ako. I burn out. And when I burn out, I cannot truly serve anyone. I cannot fully share what I have. But when I root myself in my true self, that's when I can actually be present, like real presence. What I love about this book is that it's not just a theory. Father Yanagida introduces Christian Vipassana meditation, bringing together Ignatian spirituality and mindfulness. Through simple practices like mindful breathing and body awareness, we learn to notice how often we pass God over in our daily lives. Kasi minsan, we're so busy doing things for God na we forget to just be with God. We're so focused on becoming better versions of ourselves that we miss the fact that our true self is already here, already loved, already enough. So, if you're like me, you're tired of living on an autopilot, if you want to stop passing God over in the rush of daily life, I really encourage you to get Not Passing God Over by Father Toshihiro Yanagida, SJ. Syempre, available at justcom.ph/Josh. Remember, this book will teach you how to be present in the middle of the busyness. It will show you where your true self actually lives, and it's not in your to-do list or your achievements. It's in that quiet place where you meet God, where you realize you've always been held, always been loved, and always been enough. Maraming salamat for listening to Josh Friends. Head over to justcom.ph/Josh and grab your copy today. And hey, remember, give yourself permission to just be today. You don't have to earn it. Paalam!
Maraming salamat po mga kaibigan. I hope the words we shared resonated with you and gave you something beautiful to carry into your week. Remember, the full book, song, or resource we featured today, along with so many other inspiring materials, can be found at JustCom Exclusives Stories of Faith. And before we go, I want to remind you, in this journey of faith, hindi ka nag-iisa. We are all in this together, growing and discovering God's love in every conversation, every story, and every moment. Ito po si Father Migs Ramirez, and until we meet again, paalam at ingat mga kaibigan.